Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about why are you always attracting losers? Tell me, why am I always attracting losers? I don't know. Is that what you would say? And you don't know why you attract losers? Haven't we heard people say, I always attract losers because I'm weak, I'm too attached, I can't find anybody else, or I don't want to be alone. And many times people attract the same type of person over and over and over again. If you don't understand what's going on, then how can you break that pattern? And sometimes it's just too painful to leave, right? If I help you to understand what's really going on and why you keep attracting that same person, maybe you can break the pattern and you can attract somebody better in your life. So, I want to share with you why it is that you're attracting losers. They might be people that are just not good for you. It could be a person who's just not that into you. It could be a person that hurts you repeatedly. The problem with that is that you have to feel so much hurt and anger and frustration when really all you want is a great relationship. You want to feel good. You want to feel happy. You want to enjoy it instead of being in this miserable state all the time. So I'm going to explain to you some things that are going to bridge some gaps. So listen carefully. You might have to watch it a second time to really grasp it and really get it. So as a counselor, I know that your conscious is what you're aware of, but you also have an unconscious that's lurking in the background. That's the area that you're not aware of. I did a video recently, and I'll put the link below. I attempt to teach you how to interpret your dreams, because your dreams represent your unconscious world. And your dreams are revealing something to you. They're trying to tell you something. They're like, wake up. Especially when you have a dream that's disturbing or that really bothers you, you can actually interpret that dream and start making connections and making your life and your relationships even better. But what happens is we all make that list, right? So because I'm psychic and have psychic abilities, I know exactly what it is that you want in a relationship. I'm going to create it for you right now. So did I get it right or what? Yeah, I told you I was psychic. Okay, so that is your conscious mind. That's the part of you that's very aware of what it is that you want in a relationship. Funny, fun, smart, hardworking, fun to be around, enjoys life, likes to travel, those kinds of things. But there's a part of your mind that you're unaware of. And it's kind of like the dream world. Your unconscious or your subconscious mind is attracting things that you don't want. So when you meet somebody and he has all the things on your list or she has all the things on your list, then you're so excited. You feel that chemistry, that attraction. It's just like, wow, almost everything that I wanted in a person, this person has those traits. But then what happens is your subconscious mind is also attracting something as well. So the stronger that you feel towards that person, the more work you're going to have to do in that relationship, because your subconscious mind is attracting to what were your past hurts. What are some good things about your family of origin, and what are some bad things about them? How were you hurt as a child? Ask yourself that question right now. What are some things that really hurt you as a child or that made you sad? Was it that you needed more hugs? Was your mom sometimes there, sometimes not there? Was your dad in and out of your life? Were they really steady, but they were too strict, too controlling? You wanted a little bit more freedom. You felt restricted and it drove you crazy? Did you have a parent that was too permissive? You could do whatever you wanted to. There were no boundaries. There were no limits on what you could do. You could just run wild until you got into a lot of trouble. Did you need to be able to talk to your parents a lot more, but they were very, very quiet. They were more withdrawn. They were distant. And so you couldn't really talk to them like you wanted to. You didn't have as open of a relationship with them as you wanted to. Did they abandon you? I mean, the list could go on and on and on and on and on. But there's some unmet need that you have, and the stronger connection that you feel with someone, the more of those unmet needs that you're actually attracting. So you probably are attracting some good things, but if somebody was always rejecting you, putting you down, well, you're going to attract that in a mate. Did you have a very immature parent that was just, you know, wild and wasn't really there, or maybe they were addicted to alcohol? Well, what happens when you become an adult is you have more power, don't you? You know, when you're a kid, you know, you really need your parent. You really need them to help you, to be there for you, to nurture you, to set boundaries, to help you grow up. Like, you are so dependent on that person. But then along the way, you know, there's no perfect parent. Some damage gets done along the way. But as an adult, you have a lot more power. So now I'm going to get what I want in my life, and I'm going to make it better. It's so weird that the universe, your creator, has a funny way of helping you to heal from your past. So you think you're attracting this relationship and that you're going to get off easy, and that finally I'm going to have all my needs met. This person is going to meet my emotional needs, my psychological needs. It's going to be awesome. We're going to build this great, perfect, amazing, wonderful life. And then you find out that that person sometimes ignores you, or they leave. You can't depend on them. These are things that we need to get done. I need your support, and they don't follow through with those things. Did you have a parent that didn't follow through all the time, that maybe dropped the ball, that hurt you in that way? So ask yourself, what were your hurts from your family of origin? And even you may have had some childhood hurts, like in school, where you bullied a lot, where you picked on. What was it? So now that you're an adult, you're going to attract, more than likely, some of those things, and you're going to have to relive them again. But this time, as an adult, you have more power to try to make changes, to try to make things better, to right the wrongs, to get what it is that you needed that you didn't get when you were a child. And I know that sounds weird, but if you really, really think deeply about it, what is it in your mate that you don't like? Make a list. What are those things that really frustrate you, that hurt you, that are just so painful? And see if you can reconnect those things to your family of origin. So what you want to do is you want to try to heal from those things, heal from those hurts, grow from those hurts. What can you do differently? What can you do the same? It might take counseling, where you're working through some of your past issues and really getting over it, so that you won't keep attracting all those things that cause you so much hurt and so much pain, and you can start attracting more of the things that you have grown from, and that you can find attractive, that you can find more healthy and satisfying and positive, because you've worked through those issues. But working through those issues is going to be hard work. Sometimes you may not feel like doing it, but that's what's happening more than likely. Now, sometimes people get into relationships and there's something that feels like it's just missing, or you're just not as attracted to them as you feel like you should be, and you kind of go along with it, and eventually things break up because there's just, you know, that person may have more of the positive qualities that your parents had that really weren't an issue for you as a kid, and so it might be a little boring, or it might be a little, there's nothing to fight about, there's nothing to argue about, there's no stimulation here. It's because maybe you've attracted somebody who's better than what your childhood was or that you would have normally attracted. So one thing you can do is really try to appreciate that person. You know, he's not bringing me drama. He's not leaving. I can count on him. We can have a nice life together. Our kids are happy. Everything is good. Like we're, you know, things are working out pretty well. Try to find the positives in it. Sometimes heartbreak can come because one person has attracted, it's called an imago match. And I'm going to show you the book that I learned all of this from. The author's name is Harville Hendrix. Because it's going to really help you to work through and understand some of the painful issues that you have in your life. Sometimes one person is an imago match and the other person does not feel like that other person is an imago match. So don't take it so personally when someone breaks up with you because you might be a little bit too good for them anyway. To say it nicely, you might just be too polished, you might be too good, you might be, you know, there's nothing for him to correct or fix, and that's why he's not feeling that strong attraction to you. Because yeah, you have the conscious list of things that every guy would dream of, or that, you know, or vice versa, but there's not enough of that negative energy or things that you need to correct in your adulthood to bring on that attraction. So make a couple of lists today. One list is, what do you normally attract in a mate that you don't want? What are some childhood wounds or hurts that need to be repaired that this time I'm gonna overcome those things? This time I'm not gonna be abused or mistreated by anybody. And sometimes you may attract someone who's being abusive to you, maybe not hardcore abusive, but they are emotionally abusive because they went through a lot of pain in their childhood. And so they're looking at you when you try to come close to them, or you're like, hey, you know, can I have a hug? Can we be close? They're like, no, because the last person who got really close to me, that parent, they were abusive towards me. And this time I'm going to put up a protective shield and I'm going to block you and I'm going to keep you from hurting me. So you might be confused like, well, I'm nice. I don't do all those things to you. It really has nothing to do with you. It's called projection. He's projecting his parents onto you, or she's projecting her parents onto you. Some of this is not your fault. Some of it is not because you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough. It's not that I need to change. I need to change how I look. I need to change how I act. And I bet you tried those things and it doesn't work. It's because it goes way deeper than that. If you are attracting on a more conscious level, then you're gonna make deliberate decisions like, this person may not have the intensity that I normally like, but we have fun together. There are some things to this person's personality that I really admire, and they treat me well. They're nice, they're kind. There are some people who had such terrible childhoods. I think sometimes God steps in and God gives them a person who treats them very well, and some people accept that and some people reject that. But I know of some situations where people attract that and they're so happy because they have the adult life that maybe they didn't get to have when they were children. And it might be a little boring sometimes. Just joking, sort of. But, you know, overall, it's a great thing. So I want you to really think about this stuff, really evaluate it, because I want you to have happy, healthy relationships and really understand what it is really all about. Share this out with people that you know, because I know it's going to shed light, it's going to help them. So go out and work on having a healthy relationship today that you can really, really enjoy. Work through your issues, because more than likely you're bringing junk to the relationship too. And enjoy your day. Thanks for watching my video. Bye.